Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to the Trinity Stamps YouTube channel and a fun Christmas in July card making video. Today I am playing with multiple die sets and combining them to make this fun and silly Christmas card that I would hope makes somebody smile. So I'm starting out with the Stuck Santa die set that's supposed to look like Santa is stuck in the chimney. I've made some fun things with that. I'm combining it with the Santa mug die set. This is the mug that my Santa's going to be stuck in. And then I am pulling out an A7 sized frame die, and it has the snowflake all the way around the border. I think it's so fun. I die cut it from a 5x7 sheet of paper, and then you can use the die here to cut out the center if you want, or you don't have to. I will end up die cutting mine out. So I die cut my mug from some white cardstock, and then I'm going to stamp it. I wanted to give it a little bit of a plaid feel, so I'm using this Skinny Stripes background stamp, and I'm going to stamp just this mug, so I wanted to tape it down to my Misty. I needed to do that again because that photopolymer stamp is so sticky, it pulled it right up. But I'm going to use some light pink ink. This is called Frosty Pink from Altenew. I'm going to ink up my stamp and stamp that down so that the stripes are now vertical. Yes, I had to think about that. I am going to stamp it twice just to intensify the ink a little bit, and it happens to get off by just a hair, but I kind of liked the look, so I stuck with it. I rotated the cup, left the stamp the way that it is, and now I'm inking this up with ruby red ink. Well, rubies have a tint of pink to them, and so this actually dries back to where it looks almost like a really intense pink color. So what I'm doing now is scooting my mug over just like a 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch, really, not re-inking the stamp, but stamping it down again, and that's going to give me a pink stripe that really acts as the plaid. And look at that. I love how it turned out. So my idea was I could take the dripping snow that goes at the top of the chimney and use it at the top of my mug, and it fits perfectly. I die cut it from white glitter paper. It's so cool. But before I stuck it down, I wanted to really help this mug stand out. So I'm taking that frosty pink ink and a really small blending brush and just dusting the edges with that color. So just, I don't know, I just like the look. It finishes it off. So check out how that snow, which now is like melting whipped cream, fits on that mug perfectly. So I love combining my die sets to get new looks and use them in more ways than they're intended for. Next, I'm putting the Santa together. I die cut his suit from red cardstock, the white pieces from white glitter, same as that melting whipped cream, and then he's got his little black shoes. It's a really easy die set to put together, and it's really fun to have him sticking up out of the chimney too. So here's where I decided I am going to go ahead and die cut out the center and make this a frame, and that's going to go onto an A7 size card. Now I wanted to have some yummy goodies to go with my mug of hot cocoa, so I am pulling out another die set. This is the Sweet Holiday Wishes, and I'm die cutting out the candy cane and the peppermint candy, and I wanted to show you how I like to put the peppermint candy together. So I die cut one from red glossy cardstock that Trinity Stamps carries, and then I added a white glitter candy to the back, and then you just offset them so you don't have to find a circle die that matches. But for the candy cane, I die cut that also from the glossy red cardstock, and I'm just going to glue that down onto the white glitter paper, and then I'll fussy cut around that so it is 2 layers, and it's pretty easy to do, so just basic cutting. And then I have my candy cane ready to go. Also, I wanted to show you that I offset the red onto a pink candy and then put white on the back for a candy that's like 3 different colors. I also wanted to back my frame with some pink cardstock. Now that the mug, the red color on my mug kind of turned dark pink, I wanted to add that color in. So I just used the middle die, that smaller rectangle, to die cut out the center of this 5x7 piece of paper. And now I have a 3-toned background. and I am ready to lay out my pieces and decide how I want them to look on my card. Once I have that figured out, I can glue all the things together, and then Once those are glued, I didn't glue it down to the card because I wanted to pop it up. So I was able to then add the foam squares, pop this up onto the card, and now we're just gonna like decorate this like crazy. First, with a sentiment, this is from that Sweet Holiday Wishes. There is a die in there that cuts out the word Sweet Wishes, and I'm gonna add the word Christmas to mine from the Simply Sentimental Happy. I'm going to emboss this. It's a very small die, and I want to use white powder on black paper. So first I treated my paper with some anti-static powder, and then I really lightly inked up my stamp, but inked it up plenty of times. When I stamped it down, I used a really light hand and then sprinkled on my powder, tapped any excess off, and then heated and melted the powder. Once that was cooled and set, I buffed away any of that excess anti-static powder. And then I was able to easily trim this down and have my skinny little sentiment. I'm going to put that right on the mug, gluing that in place. And then I didn't glue down the Sweet Wishes because I wanted to just get everything spaced out where I wanted it before committing. So I did that. And then I did save the teeny tiny dot to my eye, and I'll add that on last. It's so cute. I love the black letters. It helps draw out the black in Santa's boots, so that makes me happy. Next, I'm adding my peppermint candies, and don't worry, I will trim off the banner for the Christmas. I just wanted to let it dry before I cut it so I didn't bump it and make it crooked. So there it will be trimmed off and look much better. So here you can see I just cut it so that it was flush with the edge of the mug. Originally I thought I would make it a little banner, but I liked it to go all the way across instead. All right, we needed something else in the mug, so I brought back that Santa mug die set, which happens to have a gingerbread man in it, and I really don't have a great color for a gingerbread man, so I used this rust colored cardstock, and then I colored over the top of it with E39, and I was really happy with that color. Also, there are dies to add a cute little face to the gingerbread man and like the little frosting around his wrist and legs. But I've already stuck everything down in the place that the gingerbread man is going to go. And so I cut off his legs, but nobody will know. And I'm going to tuck him in there. And I did go back and add the buttons onto him because plenty of that part of him was showing. Next, I am adding some sprinkles to my melty little whipped cream there. And you can see Trinity Stamps has these in tons of colors. They're one of my favorite little things because I love making cards that have a food theme. I love it. So that's what I decided to do. I accidentally picked some up on my hand and had to stick those back down, but they're just a really fun embellishment, and they're very lightweight, so I love that. Next, I was feeling we had a little imbalance on the card, so I have the holly, leaves, and berries from the Santa mug die set. I love holly and berries, so this is a perfect addition. Plus, I think the touch of green was really needed here. So the leaves and berries are being added with some foam squares, and it just helps balance out the card. It kind of looked like that mug might just tip over, but now it's better with the holly, leaves, and berries. At least I think so. So that completes my card, combining my die sets together. I think the Santa mug with the stuck Santa is like a perfect combination. That is my card for our Christmas in July week here at Trinity Stamps. We have a Instagram hop and YouTube hop going on. If you haven't already checked them out, the hop ends on August 1st, so you still have a few days to go ahead and join the fun and get inspired and enter our giveaways. So feel free to do that. Those are linked for you below, Instagram and YouTube, where you can find the hops. And I will see you all again very soon on the next video. Bye!